Snipers, you have to see what's happening to the Bitcoin price this Monday as we're seeing institutional capital come into the markets to start the week off. Tomorrow's turnaround Tuesday. Bitcoin is above its 50-day moving average right now as we record this video. And here's something extremely positive. The 200-week moving average now is above 20,000 US dollars, the 2017 bull market all-time high. What a huge milestone for the Bitcoin price. We have a lot to discuss today here on the Snipers channel. We've been the most accurate cryptocurrency channel on the internet over the last few days, predicting Bitcoin's bottom at that $34,300 level. It was at our support of $34,788, where we were looking for that double bottom, that higher low. And now we're seeing volatility, continuation on the upside. And most importantly, we're seeing 6-hour institutional volume. Let's dive straight into the charts and talk about what's happening right now. So the 50-day moving average is sitting at the $40,000 level right now. And just overhead, we have the most important resistance for Bitcoin at 41,950. Now, what I really like about this chart is not just the fact that the 6-hour candle closed here just less than 30 minutes ago with an extremely bullish continuation candle, but more importantly, on the daily chart, realize that right now there is such a very clear area of support for Bitcoin at 38,000 with the monthly open, the previous weekly open, and the weekly open, alongside with the volume support of 38,000, all sitting at that exact price level. Does that mean with markets doing the opposite of what traders expect, everyone knowing that 38,000 right there is the most important support level, why would Bitcoin come and test that level when it could test higher levels? And the Trick, Trap, and Frustrate crew can choose what the next target is, and that would be a more unlikely scenario. That would be a more off-putting scenario. So it looks really good right now that we have such a strong floor here. To me, that says that we potentially might not come and test this before we see Bitcoin see continuation of the upside. Of course, what we need at this point is hourly and 4-hour candles closing above 41,950. And I think I'm confident enough to say this. If we get those hourly and 4-hour candles above 41,950, Bitcoin can prospectively come and converge through its 100 and 200-day moving average to finally test them towards the $50,000 level. So if we can get those hourly and 4-hour confirmations above 41,950, I do believe that 50,000 is on the table. Actually, we can even look at the midpoint of this range, maybe even that $53,000 level as the upside target if we're able to just see hourly and 4-hour candles above 41,950. Now, of course, right now, what we really want to keep in mind for the bears is the fact that 38,000 is the most important support level. And as long as we're above 38,000, we have strength with Bitcoin. And yesterday's video was extremely important. We talked about this monthly close in less than 7 hours and why in the macro, we're seeing Bitcoin show strength against traditional markets. And what I mean by that is the S&P 500 for February's monthly candle breached its January candle's lows from the January monthly candle, but Bitcoin didn't do that. It stayed above its January monthly candle lows. And today we saw the S&P 500, at least so far here, it's noon Eastern Standard Time, down while Bitcoin saw momentum to the upside, exactly as we've been predicting here on the Snipers channel, because we have the 4-dimensional revolving parts always covered on the channel. And remember how important the DXY is right now to monitor, because in the 2017 and 2020 bull market, the DXY tested this resistance level, which we're testing today, right now, as we speak, in the present moment. All we have is the present moment. The future and the past do not exist. And right now, in the present moment, notice how in 2017 we saw a bull market start when Bitcoin tested this DXY resistance. It had the same effect in 2020, and right now, as we speak, we are testing this resistance level that was also covered in yesterday's macro analysis. So what does that say for Bitcoin right now? Above 38,000, check this out. We are seeing not just the price action unfold to the bullish favor, but on the daily chart, we are getting all of the puzzle pieces that we need to confidently say Bitcoin could see 50,000 US dollars here in the immediate medium term. Breaking above 41,950 is going to be that confirmation, but notice how we have increasing daily institutional buy volume on the 6-hour chart. Look how institutions have clearly come in below 38,000. Not a surprise for those that have been tuning into the Snipers channel. We have been predicting this day to day, as we have always done here for the last 5 years. The #1 cryptocurrency channel on the internet. Smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm if you support this 4-dimensional content. And here's something that is new. Now institutions are also coming in above 38,000. So not only do we have institutional volume below 38,000, but now we have institutional volume in this range here below 41,950. And what did we talk about yesterday with the volume profile? The fact that institutions and the majority of the Bitcoin volume that we've seen when we breached the 2017 all-time high came in around 34,000. They've set the floor there. And we also know that 2 months after that, if we look at where the majority of the volume is, and this could psychologically be retail traders, the volume was at 48,000, the majority of the volume. And so below that is pretty much where retail hasn't gotten in yet. And now institutions are showing strength above 38,000, not really minding Bitcoin at 40,000 US dollars. We're seeing strength with the 6-hour time frame. Remember we talked about yesterday with the sideways price action based on the monthly MACD bearish crossover that we saw from December to January. We need more accumulation between 40,000 and 48,000 because there's very little volume there, and we're starting to see accumulation here. And so with 38,000 as such a clear level of support, why would the Trick Trap and Frustrate crew that loves to do the exact opposite of what traders expect bring Bitcoin down to that $38,000 in the immediate short term? And not only are we seeing that positive price action and the positive volume, the revolving parts of the market, like the S&P 500 we've been covering, does look like it has a potential lower low and a bottom forming with the last 3 candles green. But more importantly, this bottoming out candle here with a nice bullish wick and then a bullish continuation candle yesterday. We're seeing green today, not breaching yesterday's candle low. That's all indicative of the fact that the S&P 500 could potentially have formed its lower low to see continuation on the upside. And I'll tell you this, snipers, if we see this scenario right here play out for the S&P 500, we see this positive price action, Bitcoin is going to be ready for potentially even new all-time highs by the end of this year. And so with that being said, what I will also mention is if we continue to monitor the DXY, the next positive confirmation that this could be a potential short to medium term bottom and maybe even a long-term bottom is if the DXY breaches back below 95.885, validating that thesis that the 2017 bull cycle started with the DXY testing this resistance level. The 2020 bull cycle started with the DXY testing this resistance level. And now maybe we have a 2022 continuation of this bull cycle with the DXY testing this resistance level. So if we see that breach below 95.885 for the DXY, extremely positive. And then once again, the narratives that people put out there, Ukraine and Russia, the inflation narratives, they're starting to wither away. People are starting to say, okay, does this really affect markets, right? Of course, my heart goes out to everyone being affected in the Ukraine. I just came back from Europe. And then, of course, with inflation, that's not fun for anybody. But the narratives and the emotional strength of them is starting to wither away. That could start bringing in positive narratives and some of the on-chain narratives that have been really positive for Bitcoin back into the spotlight. And that could also allow Bitcoin to swiftly move back towards 50,000 US dollars here. So the main point to get out of this video, and then we're not going to cover any other revolving parts because there's really not much action, but the main parts to realize is that with Bitcoin right now, we are inside of the range with a support and a very clear support of 38,000 and a resistance of 41,950. Breaking above 41,950 with decisive hourly and 4-hour candles puts the scenario for Bitcoin to come back and converge with this 100 and 200-day moving average, meet them and give them a nice little tap on the back finally, because haven't been in the picture for the last couple of weeks. And that would bring Bitcoin potentially towards that $53,000 resistance level where we have our initial upside target if we see hourly and 4-hour candles above 41,950. And to wrap up this video, what I'll say is that notice that when the S&P drawdowns have been 10% or more, they have marked Bitcoin bottoms in the past. And so if you just look at this chart, you can see when the S&P 500 comes down over 10%, almost every single time in the past, we've seen a bottom for Bitcoin. So there are certainly bullish puzzle pieces on the table this Monday. But remember, tomorrow's turnaround Tuesday. So if we see a garden variety pullback, we see some more sideways price action below 41,950 and above 38,000, totally fine. As I've been saying over the last 4 days, coming into the weekend, when we initially saw strength on Friday, as long as Bitcoin's above 38,000, that's all I'm asking for as a Bitcoin bull. And we've got that and more, which is awesome for the Bitcoin price. And so if we see some sideways price action below 41,900, totally fine. But if we break above 41,950, get ready for some volatile action. And then on-chain analytics today, by the way, not much going on. We saw some Ethereum, Bitcoin, and USDT leaving exchanges. And then just to realize the altcoins right now are not moving. Ethereum to Bitcoin charts weekly open was the same as the week prior. And so it's moving sideways. Altcoins outside of Ethereum slowly breaking a major support, but nothing too decisive yet. Bitcoin dominance slowly moving up. So there's still some fear in the market, but it doesn't affect Bitcoin's price. As we talked about yesterday, it was such an important update. If you haven't watched it, make sure to go watch it. The monthly macro looks extremely good for Bitcoin to outperform the S&P 500. So thank you all for tuning into the Snipers channel this Monday. I had to get this quick update out to you guys on the phone because we just saw the 6-hour candle close with nice bullish continuation symmetry. And so smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm if you support this content, and I'll see you all next time here on the Snipers channel, youtube.com/snipers, the #1 cryptocurrency analytics and technical analysis on the internet for the last 5 years. And I'll see you guys next time. Snipers